Bandit 1, triple E6, over.
Roger, this is Bandit 1, send your traffic.
Move, vicinity, Al Shark, establish safety traffic control point, over. Roger, Bandit 1, copies all over.
Take cover, Scott. Take cover, take cover, take cover, take cover.
Roger, over.
Bandit 1 requests EOD presence at TCP.
Possible ID bombing materials located.
Sir, Young was just looking at the SEXY database. He just found a report from the Marine Corps TCP, which was just to our north. They searched the vehicle.
The operations and the intelligence fused together. That is really the key to everything, because you can't have one without the other.
We believe that there's a new cell trying to move EFP components into Al Shark.
A new cell?
Roger, sir. None of the components that they found were consistent with any of the other IDs that we've seen.
You constantly are getting the pieces that are put back into the intelligence picture from the operation, and once you put those all together, you fuse them together, then you can go out and conduct that perfect operation.
Hey, Roger, sir. When we passed that rebel pile on the south side of town, it's doubled in size. It's got all kinds of household trash and debris in it now. It's looking totally out of place. Over.
There you go. All right. I see a red wire.
Yeah, you see it back there?
Yeah, it's connected to the box. There's wires coming out of the back of the box. I'm gonna take a picture.
Yeah, take a picture of that.
Intelligence is interwoven throughout the whole cycle. Once you find it on the ground, soldiers have to understand that we've got to exploit what's there.
We need to save this box as much as possible for evidence for WIT.
And they're the ones that are going to exploit it. They've got to be the ones, taking the pictures and preserving that data.
All right, I got the picture.
Once what they've got on the ground gets put back into the system, it gets the opportunity to be compared.
Sir Reynolds found some pictures on ASAS from EOD yesterday.
And then, you come up with the match that has been provided from a national asset or from a human report or from something else from higher that would put the whole puzzle together or bring the picture together.
This was the first one we've seen focused out of town.
So they're adjusting their TTPs based on us adjusting our TTPs?
Yes, sir.
A lot of times we're thinking operations, once we get done with the operation, if everything's good and we can go home. That's not the case anymore. We've got to go through that whole cycle again. That operational cycle drives the intelligence and gets it back to the next target that we want to execute.
We need to do a good IPB of what we're actually facing out here, because we need to start amping up the amount of patrols the troops are conducting out there. That will get to the commander's intent of actually getting troops on the ground, observing the ground, and preventing the enemy from placing any more IEDs against us.
Squad leaders, meet me out behind my truck. All right, got a Frago, doing a recon patrol in Al Shark.
Intelligence and operations are a big circle.
We saw 2 personnel using cell phones.
I receive intelligence on something that is part of the commander's intelligence requirements. I action or will have units action on that intelligence. When they conduct the operation, then they gather more intelligence and it goes back into the system. That increased intelligence then drives more operations.
Any rugs or graffiti, get up close on that, and then any entry points into those buildings along with building numbers to orient, so when S2 gets the intel, they can go ahead and dump it back down to whoever gets the raid order.
Okay.
Easy 6, this is Blue 1. Roger, we're moving into town now.
The longer you stay in an area, the more people you get to know and the more you get to see day-to-day activities and what should be happening in an area. If you're not scanning for things that are different, they're not just going to jump out, because they're definitely trying to hide in the population.
Having every soldier a sensor really is the key to everything that we're doing. Because the soldier's the one that's on the ground. He's interacting with the local populace. He's the one that sees the indicators on the ground. What is the traffic patterns? How are the local people acting? But the hard part is getting it captured and getting it fed back into higher so that they can realize that too.
All right, we're going to talk through the recon we did through Al Shark.
The key in all of that is getting that patrol debrief after the operation of the patrol is conducted.
Anybody see anything?
We were in the marketplace and there's generally a lot of people there, but we did see a guy drape a purple rug over a wall. We got a picture of him doing that.
Coming in from patrol is not the first thing you want to do, but debrief is part of the patrol.
Cell phone, right?
See a guy with a cell phone, clean shaven, standing outside on a cell phone talking.
Because you need to know what's going on in the mission and what happened out there.
That was when we were entering the market, right?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't only help you as a soldier, help your hoping to know and get some information about. That's the whole purpose of the debrief.
Good job. Refit your stuff before you eat, so that way we're ready to go out.
Okay, I asked Captain Averill to come up because I wanted him to come up and talk to the staff about what he's seen, and then once he's done talking, we'll kind of figure out where we want to go from here.
The interaction between coalition forces and Iraqi nationals is extremely important to the success of any operation, whether it's the intelligence piece or the operational piece itself.
Now, as you know, our #1 priority is to assist the Iraqi army and the Iraqi police with providing security. But how else can we help you? Is there anything that you can think of that people would need that we could provide them?
The Sheikh is always going to have an agenda that differs from mine. As long as you understand that he's going to be self-serving, you're more prepared to really handle any situation.
Are there any activities or strangers that have been operating in this area that the people of the town have come to you and told you about?
The companies are the ones that are on the ground. They integrate and work with the locals that are there.
He said they are across the street from us.
The locals trust them, and they're going to provide them the information.
So a few blocks down from the market.
If they have one person in that company who can package and get all that intel, put it back together, make it into a marketable product so that they can push that higher, that is very key.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Shukran.
Okay, what'd you get from the Sheikh?
He stated that he had seen and had received reports from some of his tribesmen about personnel in town.
What do you think you want to do?
Well, sir, I'd like to go into Building 2-4 and question those personnel, conduct a search.
In order to make a decision about, committing to a raid or committing to a cordon and search, it's really intelligence, making sure that you have the information you need in order to drive the operation that you're trying to drive. I mean, I know you want to go in, but I think we're better to wait and then figure out what it is, what do we need to know before we go into this building? What are the indicators that we want?
Roger, sir. Everybody tracking? Okay.